this is Fantasy-esque, and welcome back to the Werewolf Amazon Challenge in The Sims 4. In the last chapter, the Alpha and Lady Catherine's relationship finally crossed a point of no return. Both gave up fixing their broken relationship and succumbed to nasty insults and attacks. The pack also hosted its fourth match, with Lord Jesse and Lord Michael as the two suitors. After his long losing streak, Lord Jesse finally emerged as victor and sired Lady Catherine's first litter. Afterwards, Prince Elmer aged up into a toddler and visited the royal grounds. Okay guys, welcome. Now I feel the need to apologize for something that was completely out of my control, but for some reason, when I recorded an hour-long video for the original Chapter 9, which is now going to be referred to as Chapter 9 The Lost Video, a lot of things happened and my audio was perfectly fine, but after rendering the video and I sat down to, check through the video footage to make sure everything was okay, unfortunately the video was really choppy and it kept freeze framing. Which kind of sucked because I don't want to be putting out content that is irritating to look at, and I was getting irritated looking at it. So I put up a post last night asking you guys if a recap would be okay, and you said if I can try and include some screenshots and then recap whatever happened in the hour-long video, then it should be fine. So our goal for this episode, or I suppose our plan, it's not the goal, but it's our plan for this episode. We are going to very quickly go over the original Chapter 9 diary entries. I'm not going to discuss them too much or at all. I'm just going to read them out. So these are the diary entries that happened before the lost video. And then we are going to have a 10-minute recap of everything that went down in the important stuff that went down in the lost video with screenshots, and then we'll dive back into gameplay. And hopefully everyone is on board with that situation. I mean, it was out of my control, and even when I tried recording, this Chapter 9, the new Chapter 9, when I tried recording that initially, for some reason I was having the same problem, but I finagled a little bit with the recording software I use, and the last I checked, everything was working smoothly. I mean, we do from time to time in my game have, lag spikes, but it's not as bad as what I was seeing on the footage. Like, my playthrough, to me, felt pretty smooth and it was fine, but then in the recording, it was just really choppy. Anyways, let's dive into the diary entries. Let's dive into the diary entries, guys. Okay, can I pop this out? Thank you, just on the dance floor. Okay, we're gonna open this up and have a look. Nope. Is it this one? Ada Blade, Chapter 9. I spoke to Lord Jesse today to inquire about Lady Catherine and their time together. She's been keeping her distance from me. Lord Jesse assured me everything went well. Now we just have to hope the pregnancy goes smoothly, but I'm still worried. Everyone's been talking about her relationship with the Alpha. It's gotten really bad, and there's no going back. So that's a sad memory for Ada. Let's pop this back into your inventory. Ada? Ada! Ada, don't do this to me, Ada. No. Ada. Guys! I literally popped this out and now I don't know if I can take it back. Are you really gonna do this to me? As if I didn't have enough problems? Why don't we have an option to put this back in our inventory? I swear I have put things... Is it because it's on the dance floor? Like, what's happening? Did I just pick the wrong... No. Are we gonna lose all our diary entries for the flippin' matchmaker? Guys. I just get the option to destroy it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh no. No! Well, guys, I feel as though we are definitely going to have situations oh, thank goodness. I think it was because it was on the dance floor. I was gonna say, is this the moment where our diary for the matchmaker gets destroyed finally? Maybe? Thankfully it's not. It was just because it was on the dance floor. Okay, next diary entry. I'm trying to go through this pretty speedily. Oh. Lady, where you going? You going down? Okay, I'll just, not on the dance floor this time, pop it here. So let's read her diary entry. Catherine Tales, Chapter 9. Prince Alfred's arrival at the royal grounds has been such a breath of fresh air. He's such a proper young man, very princely too. Somehow, in my haze of anger, I've managed to befriend him. And not only because he's my stepson, he's my nephew too. When the adults are so busy isolating me, he's opened up. I hope he continues growing into a considerate wolf, and I hope he doesn't hate me either. So that's an inspiring memory for Catherine. And finally, we have Julia's memory. Where the heck is Julia? Why is she up here? She's sad. Of course she is. Okay, let's open up her diary entry. So I think it's this one. Yeah, Julia Curse, Chapter 9. I want her and I can't stand her all the same. I've indulged Lady Catherine long enough. She in turn humiliates me before the others. Thankfully, Lord Roy has been able to get my mind off it. We were cloud gazing in the morning, and watching him so content made me think. We're all so miserable. Why is it so hard for us to find happiness? I feel as though I have so much love to give, but it's not reaching the right places. So that was, I think, a sad memory, yep, for Queen Julia. So we've pretty much gone through our diary entries, and all three ladies are lined up here, which is very, very nice. Very nice. Now, one other thing I want to talk about real quick before we dive into the recap. So I finally got irritated at the skin overlays for the toddlers and the children. You guys already know, I've mentioned this before, but the overlay that I had makes them quite a few shades darker. And I thought I was okay with that, but then in the Lost video, at the end of it, Lillian aged up into a child and I had to give her a makeover. So because the toddler and child overlay I had was essentially the same kind for two different age groups, when the toddlers had the overlay and they aged up into children, the children automatically got the overlay too. And so I saw how Lillian was with her, tone, the dusky tone that the overlay gave her, and I got really curious about how she might look behind it, like what her actual color was. So I got rid of the overlay, and guys, the change was so drastic. She was pale as could be behind that overlay, and it just felt so jarring to me. And then I started thinking about, the age transition from like child to teenager, and how they're gonna look like they're two completely different people. And I finally, it bothered me enough that I decided to go and get overlays that actually keep the children's actual skin color. So I've gone ahead, downloaded them for the toddlers and the children, and I have updated it on the offspring that we currently have, which means they're going to look a little bit different to what you guys remember, and you'll be able to compare with their tone in the recap that I show you, because you'll see the difference. It is very stark. But let's quickly go over the kids. So we have Alfred over here, and this is Alfred's actual skin tone, his actual skin color. He is not the same color as his Aunt Catherine, who's quite a bit darker than him. But this is him. This is his proper tone that he was born with. You can even go back and check the episode where the Queen gave birth to him. I'm pretty sure his baby self had this tone. So there we go. And then we have Lillian. You guys might notice a difference between Lillian's tone now and the tone she had beforehand, but she is very, very pretty in my opinion. So I went and gave her a makeover. She is the child of Edith and Prince Will. So there we go. And then Prince Elma, there we go. This is his proper tone as well. It's not as dusky as he used to be. Although I think the contrast for him might be a little bit less than it was for Lillian and Alfred. So when you guys look at the recap, pay attention to those two and you'll see how drastic the difference was. And then Herman, little Herman, you'll see his birth in a bit, but Herman, he's got the skin tone that he has. That is his skin tone. Thankfully, he'll grow up looking accurate to himself, unlike the other children who have pretty much been, like, because of that overlay, visually thrown around all over the place. But okay, I'm pretty sure you guys might have already spotted, for those of you with sharp eyes, some spoilers from the recap, but I think now we can actually dive into the recap and see exactly what went down in the video that we lost. Okay, let's begin our recap, which hopefully is going to be quite a speedy process. So we started off on this beautiful pool lot, which I thought would be a very nice place for our simmies to hang out because, come on, they should probably go out more, and it's lovely. I thought the weather was nice, you know. We saw, look, Lord Jesse's like on a floaty, the babies are wandering around. And all in all, it started off quite well. The queen was spending time with both her sons. You know, they were sneaking around, chatting with her, even though Alfred seems a little bit angry. I think that's because of his, like, werewolf teeth pangs and, you know, other simmering rage things. Basically, baby werewolf stuff that is just unavoidable. And then also, we had the impending full moon, which I kind of forgot about, but it was there in the periphery. So Benjamin was spending time probably talking to his son, like, through all of his werewolf tidbits. It looks like they're having an angry conversation, but maybe he was just giving him some advice. That aside, Lord Jesse was having the time of his life, dancing around the place, and I really loved him in this episode. He was doing a great job. But things got kind of scary because I did not realize that it was actually a pretty cold day. It was fall. I thought the weather looked quite warm, and honest mistake, I mean, there wasn't any snow or anything, which is probably going to come towards the end or around winter, but still, I thought we were doing fine. Anyways, I got the notification that Prince Alfred was freezing to death and needed to find some warm clothing before he became too cold for life, and not long after that, Queen Julia started going blue, so I rushed to get them inside. Now, Julia, once she was inside, she got a really lovely hand massage from Lord Roy, who just finished giving a massage to Lady Ada. And I think at this point, Roy and Ada had the most and best romantic relationship with Julia. So, you know, Roy is just getting more and more points in my eyes. Like, I'm really, really panning out to like him quite a bit. But tragedy struck because not everyone was within my control and not everyone was inside. So someone finally succumbed to the cold, and that was, unfortunately, Lord Benjamin Tail. That's right, guys, he died. He dropped dead like an ice block, and the Grim Reaper came and collected his soul, and everyone was pretty freaked out. So following that, obviously, I had to get them out of this pool area. We took everyone back to the castle. Lady Ada got on Twilight. We started working with the barrels, which was very exciting. Her riding skill, a lot of their riding skills actually, is up enough for us to start practicing with a few of the things that we have for the horses. I want to try out the jumping, what is it called? You know, the jumping course or the racing course at some point, but I haven't gotten around to that. We did start on this though. And because it was a full moon, our werewolves started transforming into werewolves. They were glowing and red and raging. Little Lillian had to witness, would Catherine, are you related to her? No. Are you? I don't think so. It's hard keeping track of the parentage, but I'm pretty sure Lillian is the niece of Jesse. Yeah. So, you guys, Lillian and Catherine's baby are going to be cousins, but it's not like Catherine is married to Jesse. Anyways, Lillian looked a little bit concerned, but you know, she's a baby werewolf. She's learning about all of this. It might look a little terrifying. She might be slightly concerned, especially because Catherine is pregnant, but it'll be fine. She'll get used to it as she gets older. So we did set up Lord Benjamin Tail's gravestone with the other graves that we have, and the writing on it said Queen Julia's fated mate. Now, it was quite tragic because Catherine's last want to do with her brother before his death was to become enemies with him. So the fact that, before he died, things weren't really looking up for them, I feel as though might have fed into her guilt just a little bit, because it's not as though they tried to reconcile. Obviously, she didn't know what was going to happen, but still, it was quite dark. Anyways, I got really excited after that because I found out that kids can ride horses. Like, what? This is not something you can do in The Sims 3, as far as I'm aware. So I was absolutely mind blown. At first I was wondering how the heck Alfred is going to mount the horse without any help because, everyone was a werewolf and running around the place. Well, Twilight got down on the ground so that our prince could mount the saddle, and I was just melting. My heart was just melting all over the place. So he managed to get onto Twilight and they went out for an energetic ride, and it was just the cutest thing ever. And I'm so excited at the prospect of seeing all our princes and, in the future, princesses are riding these horses. It's just magical. I love the horses even more now in The Sims 4. So when the full moon was over, 2 of our werewolves, I think the Alpha and Lady Catherine, they ranked up. So I gave both of them night vision. So it says explore more with enhanced eyesight. Exploring the underground tunnels beneath Moonwood Mill can sometimes lead down to a dark dead end, which we probably won't be exploring Moonwood Mill. With this ability, Queen Julia will be able to conquer them by seeing things she may have otherwise missed. This part might be a bit more helpful, as well as spend less time hunting for prey at night. Now, the fact that this talks about Moonwood Mill makes me wonder, is hunting a Moonwood Mill thing? Is it not working or showing up because it is specific to the world that it is supposed to be in? Because I haven't played in Moonwood Mill, so I don't know. Is this a cave thing? You hunt in caves? Makes sense. It would make it less graphic. Imagine a werewolf tearing into bunnies and foxes from cottage living. Probably wouldn't make people happy. Understandable. After that, on Sunday afternoon, things got even worse for Catherine because the queen had enough and finally decided that she was going to divorce her wife. So that's exactly what the queen did, and following it, obviously both of them were very sad and deeply wounded, but it's the way it is. It's not like they could go back. So hurt sentiment, it's disappointing to see a rift in this once strong relationship. Queen Julia wishes things were different, and she wonders if Lady Catherine feels the same way. But there's no going back at this point. There was no going back. So once that happened, Lady Catherine's last name changed to Tails X. So I decided that our divorced werewolves would have the addition of X, like a separate word, EX, in their name, so that we can trace broken marriages down the line. But that is going to be removed if she decides to remarry at some point. So then the X gets removed, and then the name change happens as normal between married werewolves. So there we go. It also means her offspring, unless she gets remarried, will carry the name of Tails X. So she went into labor on Sunday night. So she went into labor in the afternoon around 5 p.m., but she gave birth on Sunday night because it took me that long to get everyone up here. So you can kind of see Ada was there supporting her fated mates, and the father of the baby, Jesse, was there along with Alfred. Alfred and Catherine have, become good friends, and so he's being really sweet and supportive of her. Queen Julia is nowhere to be seen because she was keeping her distance even though she was in the room. Thankfully, Catherine had a baby boy, so she did manage to carry on her bloodline. We named him Master Herman Tails X. And you can see this adorable baby she's holding. He seems to be a bit lighter in skin tone from Catherine and Jesse, which is fine. It looks cute. Now, I have come to realize very quickly, I think the updates with the babies mean that all the skin tones are now covered by the babies. So whatever tone the child, the baby's born with, should be the tone they have for the rest of their life. That's their genetics. It's not really going to change much. Babies aren't going to spit out toddlers of a different color. So that is that, unless you use an overlay like I do that makes your Sims 10 shades darker. Which, you know what, I'll be fixing in this video, in chapter 9. in chapter 9, when we get back to gameplay, I'll show you guys, we're gonna fix the overlays because I was finally driven mad by how different they looked when I took the overlay off. It was like a completely different person. It's like a Brazilian who grows up to look South Korean, like that much of a stark difference. So anyways, I managed to fix that, but things got worse for Catherine. The last segment of my recap got cut off, but essentially Ada got engaged to the Queen. It is Monday night, and the matchmaker has gathered her 2 match suitors that are going to be fighting in honor of the Queen. Well, you know, they're going to be fighting for breeding rights over the Alpha, Queen Julia Curse. This is the 5th match that we are holding, and the 3rd one that is specifically for the Alpha. So I'm excited to dive in. Now, one of these males, sorry, my voice is all over the place. One of these males are related to our matchmaker. So let's take a look at them. It is nighttime though, so it might be a little bit difficult. So on the left, we have Ada's bastard brother, who her family forcefully sent over, even though she really doesn't want him here. And the family sent another letter to her because they were very upset that he did not win the previous round, and they were adamant that he get another chance. So lo and behold, he is back in here. Michael Blade. I really don't like him, especially because of his backstory, particularly because of his backstory. I'm just not fond of him, and I want him to be chucked out as soon as possible. And then we have a male that Ada chose herself, and this is the first person that she's kind of gotten out, like new blood from, Chestnut Ridge or the Werewolf Kingdom. And she's really excited to incorporate him into the match, and obviously she's vying for him to win. So this, guys, is Lord Jim Light, and to be honest, solely based on appearance, I think he is my favorite male that we have right now. He just looks so attractive, guys. To me, I find him, I don't know what it is, I find him so attractive. He's got lovely skin tone. Jeez, my throat's gonna kill me. He has a cool skin tone, I think, which is kind of medium, and he's got blue eyes and blonde hair. I love him. I love him so much. He looks so attractive to me. I think it's his features as well, like the way his, face is shaped. It looks gorgeous. He looks gorgeous. So obviously, I am hoping that he wins. I feel like Michael has the appearance of a mouse next to him. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. So I'm definitely hoping that Jim wins, but we shall see. And I think Ada is hoping that Jim wins as well. The others might not have strong feelings about Michael. Obviously, it's mainly Ada. Ada and I don't want him here, but he is here, despite that. So anyways, he is the first match suitor, so he's going to be initiating the fight with Jim. And he does have the experience of one match. But if precedent has anything to say about it, Jesse, I'm pretty sure, lost 2 matches before he won his 3rd one. So he had experience, but it didn't help him out at all. I'm hoping that's going to be the case for Michael over here. But let's go ahead and trigger their transitions. So, oh, no. Can kids? Kids can't transition. Kids can't transition, right? I did this mistake beforehand. We have to be on the sim that we want to do Max Fury for. Otherwise, we're gonna transform all the wrong ones. Okay, no. Maximum Fury. So these 2, they're gonna start transforming. There we go. And it's Jim's first time transforming with us. So, okay. There we go. So literally dark and light in terms of their werewolf coloring. So that's kind of cool. What is this behavior? Is this aggressive behavior? I certainly hope so. Okay, so we are going to get Michael Blade to initiate the fight. So, werewolf brawl. Nope. Don't give me that. You guys can clearly... Are they doing a brawl? Are they in-game? You clearly have the space for it. And you know what? Last time we had a brawl, I'm pretty sure Prince Alfred had to go to Academy, so he had to leave us. This time around, though, it is like midnight at this point. He has plenty of hours to go before he has to leave for his formal education. So hopefully he'll be able to witness this whole thing go down. Don't give me that. Guys! It's Benjamin's ghost! It's Benjamin's ghost! So I think off camera I have seen Edith's ghost in the castle, but I don't think you guys have seen her. Seems as though Benjamin is joining us though. I suppose he would be intrigued at what's going on with the fights. He participated in the first ever match there ever was. Come on, guys, don't do this to me. You know what? I think Michael's chickening out. Stop chickening out, Michael. Stop it. Why are you such a chicken? Hold on a second. I'm gonna reset both of them and see. Okay, fine. Snarl. That's not what I meant. I meant brawl. Brawl! Come on, don't make things up. Don't make things up. I know you guys have plenty of space. And it's raining now too. Talk about moody. Okay, what? Do you want to put some distance between you guys? What's going on? We have had matches in this very ring, and people have been fine with it. So I don't know what the big dealio is. Like, I don't know what your deal is. You should be okay. You should be able to brawl. There should be no problem. It should not... You have plenty of space. It should not matter. Are you gonna brawl? What is his problem? What are you doing? I don't understand. Do you guys understand? Because I certainly don't. Okay, you come here. I don't know what the issue is. You should be able to brawl. You should be able to brawl. Is that it? I think it's happening now. I think it's happening now. Okay, finally. Finally. You know what? I think it was, yep, Michael chickening out. Being an absolute chicken, because that's what he is. He's hoping that his... Okay, things are not looking too good. I think Michael's actually beating... No! I think Michael's actually... Oh, no, he's getting beat too. He's getting beat too. But I think he's doing a good job of beating up Jim, which makes me really sad because his beautiful genetics. I want his beautiful genetics. I was gonna say, I feel like Michael just wants his family. No! How dare you? How dare you? I'm so upset. I'm so sad. I am so sad, guys. And I think Ada is as well. She was really not hoping or not vying for her bastard brother to win this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, that makes me very sad. On that note, Ada is going to ask Queen Julia about her day. Apologize. Yes, apologize. Let's go ahead and check in on Queen Julia to see how she's doing. It must have been very awkward for Julia to sit next to Catherine when, you know, they are no longer together. And it must be very awkward for Catherine to see the display of affection between her fated mates and her fated mate's fiance, her ex-wife. Yes, the relationships are very complicated here. Very, very complicated. But okay, now she's gonna sit with Queen Julia. She's gonna sit with the Alpha and ask about her day, which she's probably been wanting to do for a while now. So that's really good. That's really good. And you know what? I just hope Queen Julia's genetics balance out whatever the hell Michael is gonna spit at us, because I'm just not a fan of Michael, guys. I'm not a fan of Michael at all. That's right, Jim. I feel the same way. Stomp your feet. I feel the same way. If my desk wasn't in the way, I'd probably stomp my feet too. Okay, did you ask about her day? Did you not? Check in on her. Check in on her. It's not even a flirty interaction. You should be able to do that fine. Come on, let's check in on the queen. Let's check in. Oh, Lord Jim has learned how to transform at will. Well, that's great. Good on you, Jim. Good on you, really. Unfortunately, though... Oh, yeah, so... The other thing with Will, guys, he is actually unflirty, paranoid, animal enthusiast. So really, he's probably here for the horses. He is unflirty and feels a little bit awkward about that. But you know what? Maybe that's the reason why Ada chose him, because maybe because of both of their unflirtiness, she finds him easier to get along with than other people. It's like they understand each other, and she saw him and thought, hey, that would be a good candidate for our alpha. So she was kind of really happy about that, and figures she picked literally the most good-looking guy I think we have in our lineup of match suitors. But okay, did you manage to... Why is it so hard? You know what, I'm just going to say that she has checked in on the queen twice. That is fine and well. But okay, I'm going to wait for these guys. Oh, they've finished transforming back. Oh, good on you. Did both of them get the... no, only Jim. Unless... Did Michael get the transformation beforehand? Like the... Just out of curiosity, I want to check. I don't know if he has. I don't think he's unlocked that. Has he? What does it look like when someone does unlock it? Okay, he hasn't unlocked it. Right. And for the males, guys, I am not going ahead like the match suitors. I'm not actually using their ability points because I don't want them to have an advantage over other males they might fight. If they rank up, that's fine. That's part of the experience, but I don't want to actually add ability points and make them stronger. Anyways, I am going to get Michael and Queen Julia in the bedchamber, and then I'll be right back. Guys, I am so mean. I totally teleported the Alpha and Lord Jim in the chamber. I got them in the chamber, and then I realized, oh wait, this is the wrong guy, and I had to kick him out, and I had to teleport in Lord Michael Blade. So, I felt very sad doing that, but you know, I feel like outside we had a bit of a hard time seeing their appearances, so I'm gonna try and just give you guys a closer look at these two in the light of, you know, indoors. So this is what Michael looks like. Maybe he's not that bad looking, but I don't like him. I just don't like him. But anyways, I think he's got light blue eyes and then, you know, the golden blonde hair and duskier skin for sure. And then my favorite boy over here, look at how good looking he is. He's got blonde hair and blue eyes. So very similar in terms of their genetics, but I don't know. There's something about his face. He just looks so good looking. And I'm so sad that his genes are not coming here. But I suppose we'll see where it goes. I wonder which lucky lady's gonna get him. Ah, the tragedy of it. Anyways, Queen Julia needs to chat with him. And is autonomy on? No. I want to set this to full so everyone can, you know, walk around and do whatever the heck they need to while these werewolves getting cozy. It seems as though she already has a little bit of a romance with him. So that should definitely make this whole process a lot easier. Let's ask him a risque question. He might be into that from the get-go. He'll offer a rose. I thought we'd have to like ease into it, but I guess not. Michael's gonna be so happy though. Like literally Ada set him up for Catherine's match before, and you know, Catherine's the kennel master, but she's not royalty. But I think her family kind of struck gold with the Alpha, and I can't believe he actually won with the Alpha. So if you think about it, he probably like... It was in his good fortune to lose the first match, because then he was able to participate and actually, you know, sire the Alpha's third litter. So he lucked out in that sense. Okay, you guys. Let's not give relationship advice. I don't think that's very much needed. Let's throw in a pickup line. How are things... Okay, they're suggestive. I was gonna say, how are they casual right now? They're suggestive. Okay, let's confess attraction. I don't actually know if she's attracted to him, but you know. And then we'll do a pose. Oh, first kiss. Nice, nice, nice. We're gonna try and just rush through this, although there's only so much we can rush. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about the full moon tonight. Like the last breeding we had, I think it was it with Catherine or was it with the Alpha's last one? We had the full moon. It might have, actually don't know when it was. It might have been the Alpha's last one. We had a full moon just as I was about to breed the Alpha. And that was really frustrating. Guys? Okay, they froze for a bit. But yeah, that was frustrating because then I had to wait the whole night. And I had to resume their breeding like the following morning. But this is going pretty smoothly. They already had a romance, so you know, that was good. That was really good. Okay, can we dive into the sheets? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Okay. We could go in the shower, actually. Why not? It will be a little bit exciting. So let's go ahead. Let's try for your third litter. Okay, stop talking, Michael. Michael, stop talking. I have very little patience for you. I already do not want to be doing this. I have very little patience for you. Okay, here they go, guys. Here they go. Come on. That was so funny. That was so funny. She keeps looking down. Like, what are you looking at, honey? This is so funny. What are you looking at? She keeps like sizing him up. What are you? Stop. Okay. Okay. That was hilarious. That cracked me up. That flippin' cracked me up so much. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, they're getting busy. They are getting busy. And as soon as she's done, we're gonna take the test. Yes, break out the candles. La-di-da. La-di-da. I don't care for it. I don't care for it. And in terms of the calendar, for those of you curious, I'll get rid of this. We don't have any other holidays. Yeah. So we have Prince Alfred's birthday on the following Wednesday. So not this one, the following Wednesday. So we actually have quite a few birthdays in winter. And then 2 days after that, Catherine and Queen Julia are going to be aging up into adults. Oh my goodness. So this might be the last litter she has as a young adult. They'll probably continue having kids until they become elders, but, you know, she's been able to fit 3 litters into her young adult life, which might mean she'll be able to fit 3 more litters in her adult life, but that, you know, depends on how many boys we have between now and then. Because I'm kind of leaning towards having 6 boys, 6 or 7 boys. I'll have to see. I have noticed when I'm playing, like when I used to play with Vampire Amazon, that there is a point that comes in the generation when I just get sick of having kids and I just want to focus on raising the kids we have, or like my excitement for the pregnancies start going down. And I suppose that's when I know that we're done having offspring. Okay, look at the queen. Look, this is her first trimester and she already has such a prominent bump. Whereas when Catherine was in her first trimester, you couldn't even notice. Her stomach was like flat. Anyways, let's put in the event for when she's gonna go into labor. So 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be Friday at 8 a.m. Okay, end of the week. Let's scroll on down, do the house party. Now we are going to be the hosts, and we'll invite Michael. I get so sad seeing Jim. Okay, Michael will do Will, the kids, Lillian, Elma. Alfred's already going to be here, so we don't really have to invite him. Lord Roy, Jesse, Jim. I think that should be good. Those are going to be our guests. And it's going to be at, our residence here, 8 a.m. Excellent. So we have that to look forward to. Okay, Queenie is gonna let him know, and then I am going to have Michael and Jim move back to the Royal Guard residence. And I'm actually thinking, guys, we might go back to that really cool club we were at. So that particular club, so the pool that, you know, the Lost video took place in was actually this pool right over here. So relative to the restaurant we were at, the restaurant is over here, which is kind of opposite the Royal Den, and then we have the pool, and then further back over there is where we have the really cool club. So the pool is historical poolside, I've left the name. This one, I think it's called the Wolf Hunt, this restaurant, the Wolf Hunt, and then in my game, I mean. And this particular club is called the Blood Den? I think it's called the Blood Den. So anyways, I'm thinking we want to go back to the Blood Den and actually hang out there with everyone. And this time around, I might be able to get some whims in. I could definitely get some horse riding done, I suppose, with someone. But you know what? Maybe I can just call Twilight. You know what? Twilight can come with us, and then we can ride Twilight with whoever is available. I think I'll do that. Okay, we are picking up with everyone at the Blood Den. And look at all the guys streaming in. Hopefully we're going to have a good time with everyone over here. This place even has this really cool like garden portion back here. Or I suppose, I don't know, it's kind of like a courtyard at the back. And it's spooky, definitely spooky. More vampiric vibes this particular lot has, but I like the idea that maybe this used to be a graveyard before and it's kind of been converted into this werewolf club. But anyways, before we let everyone go inside and, you know, be overwhelmed by pink light, I wanted to take a look at this pretty girl over here because I don't think we have been able to. Guys, look at her. I'm scared to reset her in case she like resets inside, but look at how pretty she looks. Oh my goodness. Obviously we won't know how much like either parent she is in appearance until she becomes a teenager at least, but this is Lillian, guys, the daughter of Edith and Will. I honestly keep forgetting that she is Will's daughter. I don't know why, I keep forgetting. It is so hard for me to remember. She's really, really cute though. Really pretty. I love that hair on her. So, okay. We are gonna... Ada, unfortunately, can't chat with Alfred. He is, you know, going through his formal education right now. So that is that. But she does want to cloud gaze with Queen Julia, who's outside. It is raining, so that would kind of be uncomfortable. But let's go ahead and cloud gaze. Maybe once this is done, like we've cleared this out, I'll actually see. You guys know, but I like to send the sim, the non-pregnant sim, who has the least riding ability or riding skill out to do stuff with the horse, just so that everyone can, you know, equally get their stuff up. And recently I've discovered that the children can do so as well, which means I need to be including everyone, not just the adult sims. But okay, this is really nice. They're spending more and more time together. And while this is happening, I should probably check. So right now we only have, for example, Catherine and Ada. So Ada's skill, 21 on 3. And then we have 45 on 3. Okay, so Ada is the one who's going to be going out on that ride. Good to know, good to know. Where's Twilight? Twilight is all the way here. I'm actually going to get her to come and mount Twilight. And I wonder... I mean, she's over here. We could just stay here and do a bunch of courses back home, which we might do. I think the good thing about this world, and possibly why this would be the horse-friendly world, is look, you have a ton of these things just all over the place that your horses can use. And, you know, you could use, like, barrels and the jumping obstacle. That's kind of all over the place, so it makes it really easy for you to be able to use that. But I guess we'll go back home. we'll go back and practice around the castle grounds. So what is happening here? I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you particularly want to do, but that's fine. We are going to just run along with Ada. Run along with Ada. But Will is really popular, guys, because I think two of the ladies, they have interactions they want to do with Will. So we will go ahead and do that. I'm happy for him. He's been okay of late, I think. It was really hard after Edith died, but it's sweet, you know. You know what though, guys? I think some of us said that, you know, we had 3 fated mates or 3 mated pairs, and none of them were together or none of them were happy. Which, yes, literally all except one of the pairs have died. The only living pair is now Ada and Catherine. But at least the other 2 pairs got to have, you know, offspring together. Ada and Catherine, they won't be able to. So the queen, Benjamin, is no longer there. I feel like she didn't treat him well. She kind of took him for granted, and now he's not there anymore. I think in her mind she thought she would always, like, go to him last. But then, you know, he didn't last that long. So anyways, let's practice basic jumps. So we'll do that. Oh, no. No? Oh, really? Come on. No? Mount. Mount, woman. Mount. But yeah, even though Benjamin's died, at least she has Alfred. You know, Alfred is like the mark of his parents' love. So, oh, well, non-existent love, because let's be fair. I mean, they did love each other, I suppose, but you know what? More than love, I feel like love is something that grows with time. They had an undeniable attraction to one another, which unfortunately wasn't fostered into anything meaningful. But at least he's there. And same for Lillian. Lillian's parents were fated mates. I feel like that would give the kids a sense of security, wouldn't it? Like they were meant to be born. Their birth was decreed by the moon, by the fates. Whereas, oh, look at how cool this looks. This looks so cool. Oh my goodness, I love this. I don't think the kids would be able to do this though, right? I mean, maybe. It feels like a kind of dangerous thing for the kids to do though. Good on you, Twilight. Good on you. In the rain, no less. In the rain. Whereas, yeah, like I was saying, with the others, oh no, it didn't go through. Didn't go through with it. But, who else do we have? We have, I'm like, the names. I'm thinking of, like, names that are not related to them. But Elma and Herman, their parents aren't fated mates. So I wonder if that would influence them emotionally in any way. That would be curious. That'd be very curious. And I'm pretty sure someone's cousins. Like, I can't remember who. I think Lillian and Alfred are cousins. Elma and Lillian might be. I'll have to figure it out. It's a bit confusing. It's definitely a bit confusing. But anyways, I did incorporate the brothers into this whole thing because I didn't want to wait a couple of generations before we started having some relations. So that's why I went ahead and did that. Anyways, while they're busy doing their thing, Catherine, she has been wanting to cloud gaze with Prince Will. So let's track down Will. Where is he? Okay, he is down here chatting with his daughter, which is very sweet. But we're going to steal you away because we want to cloud gaze with you. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, this is so cute that they're chatting with each other like this. Okay, she's going to find him. They're going to go cloud gaze together. In the rain. Let's go out. Will doesn't look too happy, but hey. Did you say hi to the others? I think she did. Are we going out? Yes, let's go. Let's go. Excellent. Okay, they're moving on. Nice, nice. Nice, nice. You know what? Let's go check the, family tree. Could I set Alfred's relationship? No, he has to be here, I think, for that to be a thing. But I definitely want to set it. It would be good to set it. I think I said I would, and then I completely forgot. If we look at the family tree, though, who is your parent? Roy Oracle. Okay, so actually both Elma and Alfred would be cousins with Lillian because Will is their uncle. So through Will, they're cousins with Lillian. Yeah, but Roy is like new blood. Makes sense. And then Lillian would be cousins with Catherine's baby, Herman, because Herman's father Jesse is Edith's brother? Yes, okay, there we go. There we go. So confusing. But yes, not everyone is related to each other, but some of them are related to everyone. So right now Lillian is tied to everyone. She's cousins with everyone, which is intriguing. But the boys, like the royal boys, are not cousins with Herman, I think. Very, very mind warping for sure. But you know, did you guys cloud gaze? Did you cloud gaze? I sent you out to cloud gaze. Wait, hold on. Ask to cloud gaze. Come on. Can we go and spend some time with each other, chatting? Can we? Can we? Can we? You literally took him away from his daughter. At least do something useful. Come on. And since when do they have a romantic relationship? Catherine and Will seem to have a little bit of a romantic relationship, and I don't know where that's from. That is fascinating, though. I wonder if these two would kind of find solace in each other just a little bit. Because for Catherine, she's kind of lost her mate. Not in the same sense that Will has, but, you know, Ada is committed to someone else at this point. And she doesn't seem to be changing her mind or wanting to change her mind. Does he not want to? We keep trying and he's not having it. Okay, fine, we won't do it. But yeah, it looks like Queen Julia also wants to cloud gaze with him. Is he gonna accept Julia's cloud gaze? Maybe that's why he's like turning. That'd be funny. Maybe that's why he's turning Catherine down, because he's thinking, I don't know if Julia's gonna be happy with me if, you know, I am comforting her very, 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 very jealous and just not compatible ex-wife. So, oh, Catherine. I feel bad for Catherine. Yeah, I think he was making a point. Catherine tried reaching out to him, but he was making a point. Like, he said no to her, and he was getting bored and a bit irritated that she was persisting. But then he went to cloud gaze with his sister, and the rains kind of let up, which is good. Okay, Alfred, I'm gonna bring you here. I hope your needs are okay, my boy. Yeah, your needs are fine. Oh, wait, no. I was gonna say, oh, that's sweet, but aren't you already friends with your aunt? You are friends with Catherine. But look at that. He thinks about his aunt. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He thinks about his aunt, which is very nice. Which is very sweet of him. Very, very sweet of him. It's gonna take some getting used to for me to see him in this skin tone. But, you know, it is his birth skin tone, so I should get used to it pretty fast. But he's cute, though. He's cute. He's very cute. Okay. You have homework that needs to be done. So I should probably get you to do homework. And then Ada... Oh, are they done? Maybe, actually, can you ride Twilight here? Let's canter here. Because as soon as Alfred is done with his homework, I would like him to take Twilight out on a ride. Because what is his riding skill? His riding skill is like the lowest. If anyone needs to be riding the horse, it is the prince. So I like that idea. I like that quite a bit. I wonder if you could take your horse out for a ride, like just on the property, if I locked these gates. But I don't know if I have the ability. I don't think Can't lock the gates, unfortunately, because it's, you know, on a public lot, but that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's right. You do your homework. Be a good boy. Be a good boy. I don't know when Elmer's gonna age up, but I can't wait for him to age up. I can't wait to have, like, the archery contests and everything. Ah, it's gonna be so exciting. It's gonna be so exciting. Okay, okay, Horsey is here. Horsey is here. You dismount. Dismount. Hopefully, Twilight stays in the area. Hopefully Twilight stays in the area. Actually, you wanted to chat with Alfred. Can you help him with his homework, maybe? So that he can do this a bit faster. So that's gonna hopefully count as a chat as well. So you come here, you help with the homework, and then as soon as it's done, we'll get Alfred to go and ride the horse. But guys, in the last video, I freaked out when I realized that kids could ride horses. It was the most amazing thing that I have ever seen. I was mind blown. I still am. But hey, we'll get to see it actually smoothly this time. We'll get to see it without any problemos, hopefully. Okay, is he getting help from both people? Is he? Did he finish? His homework is complete. Excellent. Do we have any extra credit? Oh, no, we don't. No, we don't. Okay. Okay. Can we just quickly chat with him? Maybe complain about our problems? Why not? That's fine. She's uncomfortable. She was soaking out in the rain, having to ride, and now there's a little baby with a stinky diaper. That little baby is Prince. Oh my goodness, this is so bad. Prince Elmer. I have headline effects off most of the time when I'm playing with the werewolves. So sometimes it's hard to remember the names, but I'm doing it pointedly so that I can try and like get their names in my head, because otherwise I feel like I rely too much on the headline. Anyways, Twilight. Oh, Twilight was sleeping. Twilight, I think you're feeling okay though. We're gonna go outside, wake up Twilight, and we are going to go on a ride. So we're gonna go ahead and see that. We're gonna check that out. This is really good though, because by the time they become, you know, young adults, it means their skills in horse riding and stuff, it's gonna be pretty well established, which is nice. But now that I'm realizing how many of the Sims can ride the horses, I'm starting to think, you know, we're gonna need more than one horse to ride. Okay, let's go and let's mount. This is exciting. I'm also wondering, these are things we have to test out, if we can ride or ask to ride a horse that's on another property, because if that is possible, then we'll be able to get a stallion, put him at the royal den, and then we can just go to the royal den when we need to ride the stallion. Oh, you know, if we can call over a horse. Look at how cute this is! Did you guys see that? Did you see that? Twilight literally went down so that our little boy here could jump up on the saddle. This is too cute. I don't want to dismount. We don't have any like obstacles or anything. Oh, we have a bull. But no, we don't want to do that. Do we not have any like barrels or anything around here? Really? Nothing. We have these barrels. Okay, yeah, children are not old enough. Okay, that makes sense. So the youngsters are not old enough to go out and ride the barrels or anything like that. They'll have to wait until they're teens. But we can go for an energetic ride. So we're gonna send them out on an energetic ride. Look at him! Look at our princely prince. That look on his face. He's gonna freak out right now. Oh, this is too cute. This is too cute. Okay, but he's happy now. I trust Twilight with him. We're gonna go out on a ride. It would be really good though if we could just, you know, call over horses and ride them. But I don't think it'll be too much trouble for us to have at least 2 horses in the family. Oh, that would make sense. And then, you know, a bunch of the Sims, they can... Because not everyone's going to be riding at the same time, but I feel like 1 horse is a bit much for, you know, all the Sims to be onto, so... And plus, at least if we have 2, then Twilight's going to get some time to rest. Okay, let me go ahead and check out some other whims that our ladies might be having. I'm sorry, you cannot cloud gaze with Will. He's, like, not into it. Julia, meanwhile, wants to embrace Lady Ada. So let's come to Ada and let's embrace her. That would be here. Yes, it would. Okay, let's calm down. Let's embrace Ada. Right in front of Catherine, of course. But you know what? I think we're in a good period. Everyone's kind of like cooling down. I honestly feel so much better about the dynamics right now than what we had beforehand. Like the whole Catherine thing was really... Just as I was saying, I feel so much better about the dynamics. The queen decides that she wants to, guys, become enemies with Lady Catherine. Queen Julia thinks it's about time to make it official. Lady Catherine is terrible, and sometimes becoming enemies is inevitable. Do you guys know what this means? This is a death sentence. This is a death sentence. Okay, well, I don't have a choice in the matter. She made her decision. I have to go along with it. Okay, I think now she is going to line up a bunch of malicious interactions until she can become enemies with Catherine. This is just ridiculous. Imagine if part of why the queen's doing this as well is to eliminate any attention for Ada's, like, attention, you know? Wait, what did I just say? I don't even know if that made sense. But maybe she's trying to get rid of competition for Ada's attention is what I was trying to get at. But I think I repeated a few words in that sentence. Anyways, we're gonna line a bunch of these things up. See how it goes down. Oh, this is terrible. Catherine dug her own grave. Catherine totally dug her own grave, but maybe, you know, the queen's getting so involved with Ada, and everyone knows that Catherine and Ada are mates, so maybe the queen just does not want to contend for Ada's attention, and she doesn't want Ada to be hung up on Catherine, which, you know, she's childish. This is not the way to go about it, but in her childish way of thinking, maybe that's the way that she does quality control. Well, that's the way, you know, she keeps Ada to herself, is getting rid of Catherine once and for all. Oh my goodness. Well, what are we gonna do about it? What are we going to do about it? They despise each other. Can we declare? Yep, we're gonna declare her an enemy. Oh, things are turning so dramatic, unexpectedly, but so dramatic. That's it. Lady Catherine and Queen Julia have had it. They're now enemies. Oh my goodness. Well, there we go. Catherine has been declared her enemy. And now, guys, I am going to have to set up Catherine's execution, which all the wolves are going to attend. Unfortunately, that is the way of it. It is going to happen. That's what the declaration is. If the alpha declares you her enemy, then you are going to be executed. Okay guys, it is Wednesday morning and everyone is picking up in the blue room. The blue room is where our werewolves will undergo the moon judgment, which is the highest form of judgment a werewolf can go through for the crime of defying their alpha. And as we know, Queen Julia has decreed Catherine her enemy, which is essentially a death sentence. So, in terms of our story, I do like the idea that the cursed bloodline, and in particular the alpha, possess certain abilities that manifest once they become leader of the pack and of the kingdom. And one such ability is, you know, the control over life and death for the alpha. So specifically, I think that the cursed alphas, they are able to channel rage into their victim to such an extent that it kills them and gives them a cardiac explosion. So that is something that we are going to be doing for Catherine, which is really sad, and everyone's howling, whether that is in mourning or whatever it is, in a unity. And I don't know how this is going to go down exactly because it's the first time I'm kind of trying this particular setup. But let's go ahead and see how this is going to go down. It might backfire. If it does, we'll have to find like new and creative ways of doing this. But we are going to induce a cardiac explosion. Yes? Yes? Are we doing it? Are we not doing it? This might not pan out the way that I am hoping. We might have to find other ways of her essentially dying. I mean, come on. I was hoping the whole channeling rage, would be the way to go, but it might not be. It might not be. What else do we have that we could potentially induce? I mean, we could do ultimate mortification, and that would kind of be the similar thing. Like, the alpha is able to influence the emotion of the victim to an extent that it causes their death. So maybe mortification is going to be the way we go. So let's try that, why don't we? Let's try that. Okay, it seems as though the alpha's powers are going to manifest through mortification rather than a cardiac explosion, which is what I was hoping for. Like, I was hoping for the rage route, but, mortification, equally terrible plight. And any moment now, Catherine should be expiring, which is unfortunate, but then again, it does make sense story-wise as well. That, this would be a total embarrassment. This would be a moment of shame. I mean, look, you have all of the werewolves practically staring you down. Even the children, they are staring you down and witnessing your death, and the fact that you have been an ultimate disappointment to the alpha, you've turned against the alpha is how they're looking at it. Even if you feel you are innocent. Oh, was Alfred at... Oh, Alfred's here. I was going to say, is he at Academy? But, even if you feel you are innocent, people's eyes are going to be very accusatory, and that is going to be a lot to take in. So, I haven't liked Catherine this whole time, but I'm kind of feeling bad for her now, guys. I do feel terrible for her. My heart does ache for our kennel master, who wasn't able to do a lot of what she probably set out to. I mean, she tried, but, it definitely didn't pan out the way that she was expecting or hoping. Not only that, she has been unable to live long enough to train the youngsters, which is an absolute shame. And I'm wondering, when we have the children... They can practice howling! Oh, prepare him for when he becomes a full-fledged werewolf. See, these kind of things, that is what the kennel master needs to be doing with the children, with the youngsters. So, all the pack members, they were kind of howling with each other just then, which everyone kind of, saw and witnessed. The youngsters would have seen that too. They would have learned from it. And this is kind of what the kennel master is supposed to be doing. Oh, Catherine. Okay. The queen is clapping. You are heartless, honey. You are heartless. But then again, she's probably really, really pleased because there was a reason why Catherine ended up in this predicament. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be sad for her. Catherine has a lot of sympathizers. Some of you might not understand why I dislike her so much, but I'm just not into the overly jealous, clingy types. The ones who cause their own misery. Not into those types. But another death has struck the pack. We can see Grim Reaper just waiting for his turn outside. He's like, I'm gonna walk in there for a bit. I see how happy you are, Julia. You don't have a heart, let me tell you. You don't have a heart. But anyways, I think this is probably a good time to wrap up with these guys. When we come back next time, obviously we are going to have a new kennel master. As for, the kids and whatever else, it would be nice if the new kennel master could, do some of the practice howling with our prints. And we might get into more stuff with the horses. I'll have to... We should also... I think I've realized also, I do want a new horse. Now, I might wait until Twilight, or not Twilight, but the queen has the baby. We always have a pregnant sim, and I like having 5 sims in the household if someone's pregnant, just in case we get triplets. So what I might do actually is get a new horse, but have the new stallion at the Royal Den. We might have the new stallion at the Royal Den, and then we can go and visit the Royal Den, you know, the youngsters there. We can check out the new stallion, and in the future, if we have room, when we have room, I might be able to bring the horse in. If we stop breeding, like in that circumstance, because I don't need the extra 3 slot space for the triplets, I can just have the pets with us, but for now, I think this is where we're at. And oh, Jesse, poor Jesse, having to like witness his sister's death. Oh, I love this new guy. He's literally the only one who's trying to comfort Jesse. Everyone else is in their own business here. Oh goodness. Okay guys, bye-bye. I'll see you all next time.